Attention deficit syndrome and attention deficit hyperactivity, big problem, especially for children. Now it's moved into different types of adult conditions, which follows the people around. This is a condition, you know, that is over medicated. We'll go through the science here, and it's very subjective. The criteria to have this disease, unlike taking a blood test, which is objective, which has some issues here, you have to have 8 of the following 14 things. Often fidgets and has his hands or feet squirming, has difficulty remaining seated. Oh, what's going on? Okay, good. Easily distracted. So we got, oh, what was that? Oh, okay. Has difficulty waiting his turn in games or group situations. Who wants to wait in line, right? You want to go right to the first. Often blurts out answers before questions are completed. Boy, is that me. I try to finish people's sentences there. So I'm trying to tell you that a lot of people, including myself, could be diagnosed with this particular disease and be put on very toxic and dangerous drugs like that. Has difficulty sustaining attention in tasks and playing activities. Often shifts from one uncomplicated task to another. Are we moving on to the next movie yet? Or, okay. Often talks excessively. Boy, I mean, I'm able to talk for 2 hours nonstop, live TV. Yeah, that's right. That's what politicians do. Yeah, that's right. Often interrupts or intrudes others. Often doesn't seem to listen to what being said. I thought that was all men, but you know, that's another story. Often loses things necessary for tasks of activities at school or home. Often engages in physical dangerous activities without considering possible consequences. Gee, that's where my future son-in-law is only in the Marines. I guess they're all have that particular type of problem, should be medicated heavily on that. So it's a very subjective thing. So anybody can be diagnosed with this, you know, in terms of from mild to moderate. So I mean, that in itself is a problem. And that's what's happened over the last 50 years, is now there's a disease called shyness. And there's all these different types of scenarios because they have to have what's called an ICD-9, now it's actually ICD-10 code. They have to have this so they can write basically a diagnosis. They get their money, cha-ching, and everybody's happy. They're able to throw lots of drugs at them, and of course, you know, it doesn't help them, but it's a money-making scam. So that's the problem here. So that's the diagnosis. That's how you decide whether or not someone has this, whether that's little Johnny or Mary in school, outside in high school, college, even in workplaces like that. So it's a joke. It's to make lots of money, billions of dollars, and we'll kind of go over it. Oh, here's one. Ritalin is more potent than cocaine. Yeah, well, that's right. Ritalin, which is the primary type of treatment, is actually speed. It's once again, it hypes up your nervous system so it actually shuts down. And so in this study here showing that those people that had this had a greater chance of basically developing an addiction to other type of drugs. So that's perfect then. Because remember, that's right, prescription drugs are, once again, more people are addicted to prescription drugs than all the other drugs combined, whether it's cocaine, heroin, you know, you name it, that's it. So, as the Three Stooges would say, yeah, that's a big deal, right. Let's talk about this. AAP, we'll talk about what that is in terms of an American Academy of Pediatrics. Terms ignores evidence of cancer risk. Yeah, that's right. This crap, once again, causes cancer. But hey, that's right. Cancer makes money. $300,000 to $500,000 a year for treatment that doesn't work. We'll talk a little bit of that another time, like that terrible type of stuff. Ritalin and cocaine properties may lead to later drug abuse. And so this was a study from Texas A&M University. Science, science, science. Don't confuse me with the science. Once again, just give me the propaganda, give me the info commercial, the drug reps, give your drug doctor. You put Johnny or Mary on this. You might even put it your own self like that, thinking that you're doing it. And we'll have solutions for it. Yeah, there's natural things. Oh, God forbid that. Things that will also help with cancer, heart disease, make them better. That's terms. Ritalin changes brain long-term memory. Oh, that's nice. So your brain rots faster. So that's okay. Alzheimer's is the up-and-coming trillion-dollar type of problem. And so we're just creating more problems. So we spend $90,000 to $130,000 a year for treatments that absolutely, positively, without a doubt, getting my feeling here, doesn't work. That was the big study or a big conference that was in San Diego last year in 2010, international, showing they are worthless in terms of helping. They have what's called palliative care. Yeah, just give you crap to make money, has no benefits, no outcome, no help, but that's okay. they're making $90,000 to $120,000 a year, and that doesn't include the long-term care that costs between $5,000 and $30,000 a month, where you have to put your mom and dad or grandmother or grandfather in these institutions that once again cost that money. Do you have that money? No. People that don't. So who has to pay that? We do as tax dollars. Oh, and that's right. That's why we're $117 trillion in debts. Those are IOUs. As Don kind of made a nice example, it's like having a family that once again makes $50,000 a year, they spend $80,000, but they have a credit card bill of over $300,000. That's the national debt. And who's going to pay for that? The greedy politicians, but again, they just care, they just drive home to their gated communities. No, it's our children, great-grandkids, kids are going to have to pay for this garbage that we're selfish and greedy about. So a little political comment there. So let's go back on to, once again, how is Ritalin basically affecting your children? Causes, and this is from the physician's desk reference. This is the Bible of drug doctors. This tells you what the real crap does. What does it do? Nervousness, insomnia. Oh, that's right. That was about 4 of the symptoms of why you got on this drug, because, you know, restlessness, irritability, this causes that. It causes nausea, blood pressure problems. So that's okay. We'll put you on some drugs that help with your blood pressure, but even though it's got headaches, dizziness, drowsiness, abdominal pain, dermatitis, and skin rashes. That's nice. Here from the American Journal of Public Health, way back in 1990, children over-medicated for ADHD. There are some good doctors out there. They know this crap. You know, they read the research like I do. And so what we're trying to provide you, we give you some safe alternatives.